Alright, we got about 30 seconds left, so go ahead and get ready to do a transition over to our game. We're going to pick up where we left off. I'll get to that whenever we get in there. But yeah, should go pretty good. Alright, controller and everything ready. Okay, so when we left off last time, I was talking about taking all the stuff you have already in your silos and selling them at the highest sell point that was fairly close to you, so you're not traveling 20 minutes to sell something. So off stream I went ahead and sold off some of my let's see, I sold off a lot of the wheat that's left over from harvesting the field. Sold off the barley, and I only left a little bit. Whatever didn't fill up my container, I wasn't going to pick it up. We still have some canola we can sell off, and cotton, and looks like sunflower as well. I did sell off all the soybeans because it's selling really high. So I think what we're going to do in this episode is we're not going to sell off anything. We're going to take what money we have. After I sold everything, I got about 142,000 now. I went ahead and moved my tractors here in a row just to kind of have a place to put them and keep them. I did go ahead and finish off this field with the harvester, so we didn't have to do that on stream, and I went ahead and finished off this field over here, the cultivator. So what I want to do, and I'll have to, the option here with this straw is either we can purchase a loading wagon, which will be here in the item shop, and you can go over to loading wagons right here, and what you're going to do is you would take the loading wagon and you would pick up this this loose straw laying everywhere all over the ground, this stuff right here. I'm not going to do that. There's a few reasons why. The biggest reason is because that costs 46,000, and I kind of want to save a little bit right now. And the other reason is you're not going to get that much off of this. It's only one small field. It's not selling for very well. It sells at the barn for, let's see, the straw will sell for, I think it's here, 97 a liter. So I'm not going to spend 46,000 to make 97 a liter off of one small field. And the third reason, I'm not going to grow wheat that often. I'm not going to do any grass cutting yet either. So really, I'm going to have this field completely cultivated. So we're going to go ahead and jump in a tractor, use my directional path to get into one quicker. We're going to back over here to our cultivator. We're going to pick it up. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cultivate that field. We'll hire a worker to do that. Pick it up, and we're going to take it over here. And remember, when you do anything in a field, always start at the longest point of the field, which would be from left to right in this field, or right to left, depending on how you look at it. So we're going to start up here in this top corner. This is going to also be another quick stream. I'm not going to stream this for very long. There's some other things I need to do, but so I'm just going to back him into this corner right here. I'm going to go ahead and just hire the worker, and I'm going to let him do it. That'll free me up to do something else. So what I'm going to do is, while he works on that field, and we're not going to pick up any of this hay, you can disable the straw swath on the harvester, which is probably what we'll do in our next our next time that we harvest any wheat, but I don't see us harvesting wheat anytime soon. So we're going to run over here and we're going to grab another one of our tractors. But The thing about the tractors is I have two left. When you're in the tractor, you want to look down on the bottom right. Far bottom right, it'll show you your speedometer, and then below the miles per hour or kilometers per hour, depending on how you have your set, it's going to have the maximum speed of that tractor. If you want to make dumps out of your silo, don't put your fastest tractor in the field. So that way you can travel from your silo to wherever you're dumping quicker. It sounds kind of petty, but at the same time it pays off, because this tractor is 32 mile an hour. This tractor here is 15. So either you can go at 15 miles an hour to make a dump, or you can go at 32. So you kind of gotta think about what you want to do there. So what we're gonna do with this tractor is we're gonna go ahead and seed the field we have there. So I'm gonna pull it over here. I didn't bring the seeder over with all this other stuff. That's okay. We're gonna ride over here and we're gonna pick up this seeder, and we're gonna change what seed is in it to whatever's selling the most. Go ahead and pick it up, like so. Now when you go to seed your field, you have to, what? Oh, sorry about that. Somebody said something to me. Whenever you're seeding your field, you have to select which one's selling for the most. So we're gonna park here for a minute. I'm gonna jump out. We're gonna open up our menu that we sell with. Give me 1 second. I gotta close this on my phone. Okay. We're gonna go over to the sell prices for everything. We're gonna scroll back and we're gonna check to see what sells pretty good. So obviously it looks like soybean. Soybean is currently, selling for $16.58, which is higher than pretty much everything, other than eggs, which that's later. We'll talk about animals right here in just a moment, and milk, which will also animals. So we're gonna do soybean in our field here, and we're gonna do soybean in the other field as well over there. So let's jump back in here. We're gonna hold our left bumper, and it says select seed at the bottom, which is triangle. So we're gonna go to, I guess I can't plant. So there we go, soybeans. We're gonna go with soybeans here, and again we're gonna line them up at the longest point, which this field is pretty close to being a square, so I guess it really won't matter. And we're gonna hire a worker on this one as well. We're gonna let him do that, and we're gonna head over to this tractor. And what I'm gonna do with this tractor is I'm gonna go ahead and empty out a few things that are left, because the goal in this episode is going to be to buy a field. We can purchase field 28 right now, and it's actually quite large if you look at the scale, because it goes all the way to the road, and it's quite a large field. But before we buy any fields, I'm going to convert this field 19 and this field 20 and all this stuff around here up to this edge as far as I can get. Let's see, how far does it go over? Okay, it goes over to what seems to be a road, but I don't think there's actually a road there. There might be. I think that's just a line of the field. We'll check. We're going to convert this into one field. We'll do that with a plow, and we're going to sell off some of these buildings. So let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to go back into our inventory, go to our garage, go through the sell menu, and then at the bottom it says garage. You select that. We're going to come over, and anything we really don't need, we can sell off. Now the farmhouse is probably your biggest, your biggest thing you can sell, but that's optional. Your farmhouse gives you the option to sleep. But do you really want that option? Think about it. I mean, either you can play the game, or you can set down your controller, or just walk away from your PC or your console and just let the night go by. You can adjust the time at night as well to make it just fly by. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do is we're going to sell these 3 buildings, and that will give us more than enough to purchase a new field. So we're going to go ahead and sell this building. It's going to ask you if you're sure. I'm going to say yes. We're going to sell the shelter. Say yes. And then the farm barn. It's more of a decorative item. So we're going to sell, I mean, it even says at the bottom, down there above sell, decorative object. It serves no purpose in the game. So we're going to sell that as well. Now what this will do is this is going to free up. See how much room we have now over here? That is pretty much a new field. You can plow this, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a plow. And we're going to create the borders of a new field here. All the way around, all the way up to that edge. And we're going to make this all one big field. Why are we going to do that? Because think about it. You know, more field means more crop. Means, you know, more money. And that's what it's about. It's all about the grind in this game. This game is very much a treadmill. And these are the little things you can do to you know, help you earn money. Make your field bigger. It takes time. It takes time, and you don't want, I'm not going to do it on stream. I will go around the edge on stream and show you guys what I mean. But I'm not going to sit here and make a whole new field on stream because it'll put everybody to sleep. So we're going to go to the store. The shop on our map, it's down near the bottom in the center. So I gotta turn around. So let's turn back around. We're gonna drive over to the shop, and we're gonna pick us out a new plow, rated to our tractor. Every plow, you know, how I was talking about in the first episode about your plows or your implements are rated by your horsepower. The bigger the plow, the more the horsepower it's gonna take. And I think we only have like 115 horsepower on this tractor. So we'll see what we can get and make one nice sized field that we can hopefully plant soybean in. So let's go over here, park right here, I'm gonna jump out. You don't have to come here to buy things, you can just do it here in the menu. But you have to come here to pick it up. So, I mean, you might as well just go ahead and come here. So we're going to open the shop menu. If you go over the little icon, you have the dialog up in the left that says open. We're going to open that. We're going to go down here to plows. We're going to check our garage to see what our tractor is rated at. Tractor is rated at 115, and that one's 150. So we'll see what they have. We have a little bit of wiggle room there between 115 and 150. So let's see what they have. This one is 85. This one is 150, and it's 2.5 meters. This one's 2 meters. So let's think about that. It's 2.5. That one's 2. So if we use this one every 4th row, we're gonna save one of those. And then what are these other ones? The other one's 300 horsepower, 360, 550. Which obviously we don't have any tractors for this yet. So we're gonna decide between these two. This one's gonna put a lot of strain on that one tractor we do have, and it might not actually work in some situations. It'll kind of like strain your tractor so much that your tractor will just sit there, and it might cause more damage to your tractor as well. So we're gonna go with this first one right here. It's the smallest one they have. I could go into the mod window and we could download a new one, but we're not gonna. We're gonna try to stay mod free for now until later. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna buy it. I don't say lease it. You can lease them and pay half. Like if you hit lease, it's only 600. But we're gonna go ahead and buy it because this isn't the only time we're gonna use a plow. So we're gonna go ahead and buy it. Jump in our tractor. There it sits right there. We're gonna go ahead and pick it up. It's a lot bigger now that it's out than what it looked like in that little picture. So we're gonna take a look at it too, actually. Try to get you guys what the detail of this game is all about. You know, you have everything on here. You have the rollers that are very detailed. All the arms are very detailed. The hookup is very detailed. Each plow tooth is very detailed. Even the wheel, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and jump back in here. We're gonna pick it up and we're gonna take it home. We're gonna do an outline. Kind of give you guys an idea. See if we can plow that concrete area too. That would be very nice. That's a whole nother field. Let's go ahead and head back home. I think I need to go left. And yeah, it's over there. So we're gonna go up here. There's something floating in the sky over there. I don't know if you guys see it. It's red. You might not be able to see it on the screen. There's a red object in the sky. I guess it's the telephone line or the power line with a thing on it. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So the first thing I want to test is now that I'm here, I want to go ahead and allow create fields. If you hold down left bumper, you have the option up in the corner to allow create fields. So we're gonna, oh, I hit my mouse on accident, but it's okay. So we're gonna allow that option. We're gonna lower the plow. We're gonna see if it'll tear up this concrete, which you see it will. Except for that one little, that's weird. I did that. But that's okay as well. We're just gonna make a straight line across like this. I'm just seeing what it will tear up and what it won't. So we're just gonna keep going, keep going. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks like this is what we're gonna do here. Alright, so I'm gonna lift it back up. Now, what I wanna do is I want to bring it over here. I want to go to the edge of my neighbor's field and see how close I can get to his field before it tells me, you know, you don't own that. We're also going to plow this back here, but not too close to the trees because the workers will get confused and things will get all messed up. So maybe that's where we should actually start. We'll start like here. I'm just gonna go all the way around everything I want to plow, like so. Pretty simple. This is the part where you want to put on some Netflix or something, because this gets really, really tedious. You cannot have a worker do this. Workers, they'll freak out when you try to make a field, and they'll just keep driving straight until the end of time. And so, you know, you just kind of gotta do it on your own, which is fine. You know, I mean, that's what it's about. It's not like I can do anything else right now anyway. And I'm gonna bump this field right here, and I'm gonna leave what is already there, like so. I'm just gonna pull it right into that, just like that, right there, and then I'm gonna raise it. I could slide it over a little bit more, but you see the terrain is a little weird. So that's this corner right here. If you look, you know, this all is going to be a field. All this grass right here. Could probably bring it in a little bit more here, but the terrain also is still a little weird. So we're just going to kind of leave it the way it is. We're going to come back down here to the spot we missed. And I'm going to go ahead and hit that spot again. Since for some reason it did not, I think it's the terrain. Oh, I didn't lower it. I think it's the terrain right here. Makes a bump. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it back this way, and I'm gonna go as far as I can till it says you don't own this field. We'll make a little turn right here as well, and then we're gonna pull it straight like so, and it'll tell you you don't own this field. It'll, you know, which you'll see on the screen. See it right there. You don't have access to this land. So we're gonna lift our plow. We're going to turn around and go the other way, like so. this. And we're gonna try to get to where it lets us. Oh, I didn't want to lower it yet, but even better, it said we don't have access, so that's good. I think we should have access right here. No, we do not, which is kind of ironic. Let's try this again. We'll slide over just a little bit more. See if it'll let us. Maybe like here. Yeah. We should have access now. Oh, we don't. Okay, we're gonna slide over a little bit more. We're gonna try again. You want to try to keep yourself straight. Now, the best way to keep yourself straight in this game is just like mowing a yard. Don't look right in front of you. Find a point in front of you and use that. Like, let's say I'm gonna go straight here. I'm gonna look in front of me, so I see those little mountains over there, and also at the very bottom I see two little rocks, and I'm kind of pointing at the left rock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna continue pointing my tractor at that left rock. I'm not gonna look at the ground. I'm just gonna keep my eye on that rock and go straight at that if I can. And that's pretty much how you try to keep a good straight line. If you screw it up, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. See, it's gonna tell you anyway that you don't have access. So let me try to slide back over. We'll just work this section after we make our line. There we go. Yeah, perfect. We're just gonna run straight and just keep it. I guess that house up there would be a good, up on the hill. We're just gonna go. It's kind of too high up though, yeah. That's confusing me when it gets too far away. Let's pick it back up. Let's go back. Now that we kind of get an idea of where the edge is, I could probably go along here, like so, and pull it as well. Just line myself up with that, like so. I'm just gonna go straight, follow this edge. Now, this is gonna be the outline of the new field. I guess it'll be filled, 1921. Just gonna do like that. We're gonna pick it back up. We're gonna turn back around. This takes time too. It's very, very time consuming. But what else are you gonna do, really? Are you gonna sit and watch your crops grow, So just do little things like this. Not only does it produce more money, it lets time go by in the game. And that's what it's about, It also makes it your own. When you're all done, you're gonna be like, hey, I did that, that's cool. Especially when you go to harvest it and you're making, 20,000 per harvest off of, canola, or 40,000 off of canola and whatever. So we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna go as far as we can. We're gonna go until we hit the road, and then we're gonna turn there, because the road is fine, because we turned off traffic, so we don't have to worry about cars messing with our harvesters and anything. So now we're gonna do the same thing, and this is where it gets weird, because you have to make a turn, and if you do it wrong, it's gonna say you don't own this land, like that. And you also can't hit that edge just right. So we're gonna go ahead and try to go along the edge here. If you look, if you come over here and you look at the edge, you'll see where the edge of the game rendered the road. And just try to follow that. You can also see it in the tractor when you're inside of the tractor. So we're just gonna follow that. We don't have to worry about the thing saying, you don't have access to this land either. So you can just do it however you want it. But you don't want to leave open spots either. We're just gonna follow this edge, work our way around, and we have to be careful of those poles. So that's where we're gonna have to make a strange turn. So what we're gonna do is, instead of going straight at this pole, I'm gonna go ahead and turn here, and I'm gonna pull it straight across over to the other side. Some of this won't be proper when it's done. The game won't seed it right. The game won't harvest it right, or harvest it correctly. The game will just kind of get weird, be dumb and stuff. But it's okay. It happens. I mean, you're doing, you know, cosmetic surgery on your farm. You're gonna have a couple problems. And now we're gonna run the edge of these poles over to that side. Like so. We want to leave a little gap here between our field and the poles, because, you know, actually what we could probably do is we could probably turn it and run down through here. I don't know if we can move our silo. You used to be able to move them. Let's see if we can. I think that's the landscaping mode, which it is. Yeah, you can't. Alright, we're not going to worry about landscaping right now. I wanted to. Yeah. I wanted to, see if I can move that. If I bring it up here, least back cell. No, okay. Anyway, because I don't want this to be in the middle of the field. So what we're probably going to do is we're going to turn and come up through here, and then I'm going to turn back this way to here maybe, and then back over. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And we'll do something over here. We'll put something here. Sure, we'll figure out something to do there. Let's go ahead and continue. We're gonna get up to this edge, and then we're gonna stop, like so. We're gonna lift up our plow. We're gonna come back. Check on our workers as well. Our workers seem to be doing pretty good. I think I have my growth rate too fast. Check, yeah, my plant growth on fast, and I don't want it on fast. I want it on normal. I'm gonna save that. Yes, okay. So now what we're gonna do? See, one worker's done, so that's good. We're gonna back this in. Try to line this up here. We're gonna back it in, like so. Camera's being weird. We're gonna go ahead and lower it, and we're gonna pull this way. And we can use the lines that are already here to kind of keep it looking somewhat okay, which is what we're gonna do. Then we're gonna make a turn here, like so. That line I made earlier will kind of help us out. So we're gonna turn this. We're gonna come over, and then where the dirt meets the gravel, we're gonna make a turn there. Let's go ahead and do that, which I don't think I can't make that sharp of a turn. So we'll lift it up, we'll spin around. Then we'll pull this in, which we're almost done with the outline, which is kind of the hardest part. Once you get your outline done, you know, that's where you're gonna spend most of your time. Well, that's not true. That's where you're gonna spend most of your frustration, is doing your outline, which this one's gonna turn out pretty good. So we have 2 workers that are done, which is awesome. So we're gonna pull this to an edge like that. But you see how it drops off? You see my tractor, what it's doing there? We don't want to go past that, because that's what your harvester is gonna do. That's what all your tractors are gonna do. They're gonna do that. They're gonna, okay, lift it up. There you go. They're gonna come off that edge and get all funky. So we're gonna back this into this corner, right on the edge of how our tractor is leaning. We're gonna drop it there. Then we're gonna pull it through here. Same thing. I'm gonna keep a certain distance away from the road. We're just gonna pull it along this edge, like so. I'm not gonna worry about these crops that we already have growing. Now, I don't know if you can hire a worker now that you've done the outline with create field. So we'll have to look at that. We'll have to do some science on that situation. But that's pretty much our outline. This is the best way you can make money early. You know, I spent all of, you know, 4,000 to get a plow, and now I just made a giant field, you know. There's a few things we'll have to do. We'll have to get all these gaps filled in. But that's pretty much the basic of getting one giant field in the beginning. This is the largest field you'll own early. So now what I'll have to do, and I'll probably do it off stream. Well, I'll have to do it off stream because nobody wants to watch somebody plow. But I'm going to do some science real quick. I'm going to go ahead and back this up to here. I'm going to hire worker with create field on and see what he does. Looks like he's not going to do anything. Yeah, it just says he completed his task. So let me actually move it over here. Yeah, he's not. It might be because I'm on this gravel as well. So let's turn this way. Hit it again right here. Since he's on gravel, yeah, he's not going to do it. So that's fine. So now what we're going to do, he's almost done. It's very close to being done. We're going to go ahead and jump in this one. Check our capacity. We're still at 79% of our capacity in soybeans. You can look at your capacity on the bottom right. And we're going to use this seeder. We're going to drive it over. And we're going to seed this field with the same thing, soybeans. We want to go ahead and flood the market early with soybeans. That'll raise the prices of other items. So same thing, we're going to go up to the longest corner, which will be up here. We're going to go ahead and hire another worker. We're doing pretty good on money. We have, you know, 360,000. I'm not going to spend any money. There's no point. The game gives you more than enough items in the beginning to do what you need to do. I mean, what did we spend? We bought a plow, and that was pretty much it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this plow. I'm going to pick a spot where I'm going to start. I don't know if you can turn this plow. No. Some plows you can turn, which makes it a lot easier, and then you can just flip it over. So we're probably going to start back here, fill in some of these holes right here, get all this filled in, let our crops grow once, harvest them, have a worker come in and plow those fields without creating new field, and then we'll have a big seeding in our next episode. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna go ahead and lower it here. That should catch everything, and we're just gonna route up this edge. I'm gonna turn on the cruise control, which is the left and right bumper and circle, so I don't have to hold the trigger. And that's it, and that's all you're gonna do. This is it, you know, for a while. I won't do all this tonight. I got some other things I want to do, and then we're going to talk about animals right here in a second. I just want to go ahead and give you guys one more run of this plow and what we're going to do with it. You can continue going around the edge, but I don't like to do that. I like to treat it like I'm mowing a yard. I like to go back and forth. I just feel like I accomplish more doing it that way. So we're going to pull this across to that end, and then we're going to talk about some animals and what we want to do with animals. If we even want to do animals, you have a big option. You can either only farm, or, which actually, we might, I was just not thinking about this, we might be able to buy this field right here and make it a super field. No, I won't do that, but we might actually be able to buy this field. I haven't decided yet what's in it right now. Sugar beets, and it's owned by Daniel Kohler. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to options, go over to contracts. I'm gonna see if Daniel Kohler is over here. He owns, that is what field? It's field 18. We're gonna look over here for field 18 or Daniel Kohler, which he's right here. Yeah, here, and he's got a fertilizer mission of field 17. So how big is field 17? Pretty big. That would take me a while to do that mission. You can hire a worker to do missions as well. Now, in the old farming simulators, you couldn't do that. So I might actually hire a worker to do that, and that'll lower the price of this field. Let's see how much it costs now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at how much this field costs. This field currently costs 180,000, which isn't bad, but that's half of our money. You know, 180,000 is a new tractor, and we're not going to make 180,000 on one harvest. It'll take us about 4 harvests of that field to make that, if not more, probably 6 harvests of that field to make that. Depending on what you grow, you're going to make anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000 per harvest. The field is 180, so you know you can kind of figure out from there at least 4 times, 4 to 5 times, which isn't bad. That's 5 days. I wonder how much it'll lower it if I do a job for him. Does he have any other jobs on smaller fields? Let's see, Daniel Kohler. See him owning any other fields. He's the weird looking cowboy, so let's see. Oh, he's right there. Field 18, it's a harvester. Ooh, and that one's nasty because it's 4 machines, or it's 2 machines. Yeah, but you get 10 grand, but at the same time, that's a lot going on. And it's this field that we're actually doing. He wants you to take it to grain elevator east. Where's that? I think that's here. That's west, so it'll be over here. I think. Oh yeah, that's way over there. Oof. It might be easier to just hire a worker to do the. We'll do that. We'll hire a worker to do field 17. So let's go back to field 17. Let's accept the contract. Like so. We're gonna hit back. We're gonna see if anything appears, which does not look like. I think we actually have to go to the field. So let's drop this. Let's drive over to the field, and we'll drive back. Where would the least equipment be at the? Wait a minute. Not the shop. Let's drive over there and see if there's anything over there. It's field 17. I'm not seeing anything. Hold on, let's see if we can restart that. I think I hit the wrong thing. Let's see. Cancel. Yes. Failed. Blah. Collect. Hey, I get to collect $0. Cool. Is it still an option? Oh, you can go back out, come back in. I'm pretty sure. If it's not an option, then it'll be alright. I'm not really. Not a big deal. Let's see. Use your own equipment or lease. Okay, so I had to go in and lease equipment. Oh, and it has it right there. Borrow items. I screwed that up, huh? They changed this a lot from what it used to be. It used to be you would accept a contract and you would literally start in the equipment sitting at the field, and now they want you to do a bunch of crazy stuff. So anyway, we'll hold off on buying this field right now. It's a nice field. It would be a good purchase. So we'll wait and we'll see what we're going to do with animals, which is what we're about to go talk about right now. And then I'm probably going to end the stream there. I didn't want to make a long stream today. Just kind of wanted to show everybody what I left off in the last episode, which is I'm probably going to download both of those and put it together into one episode, but take out all the random stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Pull this corner right here. Come across here. Go this way. Hopefully our worker won't get confused right there at that corner and seed any of this. They have a tendency to have brain worms sometimes. Their AI is not very intelligent. They're just kind of A, and that's it. You know, artificial. That's about it. But yeah, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna get a plow, and this works on Ravenport or Ravenport as well, because you start with two fields there. They're close together. You're gonna go ahead and you're just gonna plow, make a new field, have one giant field. It takes time. It's, you know, very tedious. It can be annoying. If you don't have a lot of patience, I wouldn't recommend doing this. But if you don't mind and you enjoy, you know, the game's mechanics, then I would say for sure do this. You know what I mean? There's no reason not to. It pays off. It does pay for itself. You know, I mean, look at how much extra acreage we're getting. We're getting, you know, pretty much 1, 2, almost 3 new fields for this. So it's kind of, it's definitely worth it, especially in the long run. So what you can do here is, instead of making all these crazy turns like I'm doing, you can just back it in here like so, bring it all the way back, and then just go straight and just don't stop. Just continue going straight over there. It'll break this down a little bit less. It'll make it seem like there's less here. Anytime you break things down into sections, it makes it seem like there's less to do, even though it's the same amount. We're just gonna go straight across. We're gonna meet up with that section over there, and then we're gonna talk about, do we want to do cows? Do we want to do chicken? Do we want to do greenhouses? I mean, greenhouses are a valid source of income now. Do we want to do horses? Horses seem like they can get expensive. You know, obviously they're a horse. You have to ride them. You have to train them, because you basically raise them, and as you raise them, you know, you treat them good. You spend time with them or whatever, and you ride them. They increase in value. But do you want to do that? Do you want to spend your time in the game riding a horse? To some people that sounds pretty cool. If you like horses, then that's up to you. So I'm going to leave this right here. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to go over to this guy that's done. I'm going to pull his tractor over and park it. There's no point leaving it sitting there. We're going to find a new parking place too for all of our equipment. So we're going to park this over here. Now, I'm going to back my cultivator in right here and just drop it like so. Like that. Alright, we're just going to park this tractor. I'll just park it right here since we're not going to be harvesting anytime soon. So animals. Let's see what kind of options we have for animals. We have right here, animal pens. Now there are mods. You can download a ton of mods for your different animals. You know, a large chicken coop is 40 grand. It requires wheat and barley to feed them, which isn't bad. You do have to buy a rooster, and then they'll breed up as you take care of them. You can buy a couple chickens and then a rooster. I think the best chicken is the white chicken that breeds the fastest. There is a video on YouTube of a guy that has tested each colored chicken to see which one breeds the best. I want to say it's the white one with the brown rooster. I think all the roosters, there's only one rooster anyway. Now, a cow pasture is 100,000, and it costs 100 per day to operate. And it requires a lot. It requires chaff. water, grass, total mixed rations if you want to make that, and straw and hay. So really, I wouldn't go into a cow pasture until you have a nice stable farm that you have abundant supplies of, you know, grass, an abundant supply of hay, an abundant supply of straw, which you make your hay from your grass, so you need additional grass to make your hay. So I wouldn't go into cows just yet, but they are a really good source of income later in the game. Like, I mean, you can sell, the milk sells for pretty good. And then, large cow pastures, 300,000. So we're going to stay away from that for now. Now, the horses require oats, and I think that is straw and water. They don't require much, but you don't make a daily income from a horse. They just kind of chill. And then you sell each horse as you breed them. So you're spending $50 a day, but you're not making any income. Whereas a cow pasture, you require more items. You're spending $100 a day, but you're also getting an income every night of milk. And you can sell the manure and slurry and stuff. So we're definitely not going to do cows or horses right now. And then we have pigs. Pigs, as you can see, that list is very large to have healthy, good pigs. And the only thing you can do with pigs is just sell them outright at an animal dealer. They don't provide a monthly or a daily income. They do provide slurry, I think. Not sure about that. I don't even think they provide slurry. So pigs are kind of, I've always stayed away from pigs. I didn't feel like pigs were any good. And then we have sheep, which are probably the easiest. And they provide you with wool. Every day you get, a bale or two of wool, but you have to pick it up and you have to take it to the sell point, which means you need forks, or a trailer to carry the pallets of wool, and they require straw and grass and water. So we're gonna avoid sheep as well, and that's pretty much it. You got sheep, pig, cows, horses, and chickens. Chickens seem pretty simple. Especially a small chicken coop. It's only $20 a day. It'll hold 100 chickens. And you don't have to buy 100 right out because they're going to breed. Requires wheat and barley, which I think we have some left over. So we might go ahead and finish our field that we're constructing. And then we're going to throw a chicken coop down. That'll be in our next episode, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, oops, I didn't want to click on it. Okay, so cool, we can see the size of it. So it's fairly small, actually. So I mean, you could put, 1, 2, 3 here, just in this one section. And that's 300 chicken. I don't know what the egg production rate is. We'll have to figure all that out as well. So what we're gonna definitely do now in the beginning. So how do I get out of this? Escape? There. Escape. So, I guess the tutorial for today is when you're starting out, don't buy any equipment at all. You don't need anything. A plow is the only thing I would purchase this early. Go ahead and harvest your 2 fields, where your 1 field will be ready. It gives you a harvester. Harvest it. Hire a worker to do that. Get your trailer. Fill up your silo. Whatever's in your silo, go ahead and fill it up. Take it to the highest selling point. So let's say I'm full of wheat at 632 in the grain mill. I'm going to take it there. Say it's barley, 594. I'm going to take it to the grain mill as well. Canola, I think this is. You're going to take it, to port southeast, but do you want to take it that far? That's another thing you have to look at, is where it's telling you to go. So let's tag it. Let's open our map. Port southeast is down here. So you're going to travel from here to there. and all you're gonna do make extra is an extra what, $77 per liter. It's not worth it. Grain elevator east is pretty far too, so you just kind of got to decide. And sometimes it's best to just let it sit, and not sell it and wait for the prices to go up. So other than that, you know, empty out your silo, go ahead and hire a worker for your field, or cultivate this first field yourself. It'll give you a feeling for the game and how things flow in the game and how kind of slow it is. And then your other option is to come over here, get a plow, and make a whole new field. Enlarge these two fields that you own into one big field, unless you know you're gonna do animals. If you know you're gonna do animals, make one grass and make the other one wheat for straw, and then rotate between wheat in the small one, grass in the big one, and then grass in the small one and wheat in the big one. That way you have an income of the things you need. But I would avoid animals early in the game unless you're using money mods or whatever. But that I wouldn't even. If you're using money mods, you already know enough to what to do. So if you're gonna get any purchases from the store, don't buy it straight out, lease it in the beginning. There's nothing you need to upgrade in the very beginning of the game. They give you everything. You know, you start off with 3 tractors, a trailer, a harvester, and a seeder, and a cultivator. So you have everything. But that's pretty much it. That's basically what, for day 1, that's what I would do. Sell off all your extra inventory, cultivate your field, seed your field with the highest selling thing, which is soybean. Flood the market with soybean early. That'll increase the prices of the other items. And then make a big giant field, as big as you can make it. And then on your 3rd harvest, like we're gonna start our 2nd harvest in this field. On our 2nd harvest, we'll go ahead and have all this plowed and cultivated, and then we're gonna have one big huge field of whatever's selling the most. And then we're gonna take that money and we're gonna buy us a new field. We're gonna buy probably field 18 or maybe even field 21, because I want to put 21 and 22 together and make it all grass. And I'll get into reasons why I'm gonna do that later. So where's the biogas plant? So we can find the biogas plant. The biogas plant would be a good thing to talk about too. Station. I don't think there is a biogas plant here. There's the animal dealer where you sell your animals. I thought the biogas plant was up here, but oh, it's right here. So for biogas, which we'll get into more detail of that later, this is the path I'm probably gonna head, is the biogas, and I'll show you why when we get there, when we get to that point. So yeah, let's see, let me hit X. Okay, so we're gonna work towards buying field 18 or field 21. I haven't really decided yet. I don't want this field to be part of the field I'm making, so I'll probably buy field 21 and do the same thing, plow around the edge of it, and we're gonna turn it into something. So we'll see when we get there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I can really say about it. It's a good game. If you never played it, and you need a game to kind of like relax to and not have to worry about, you know, getting yelled at by a 9-year-old kid, this would be the game I would go with. Especially if you're into farming, which I'm not even into farming at all, to be honest. I've never been into farming. I'll never be into farming. I do like tractors though. There's just something about them. Other than that, that's pretty much all. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Our next stream will probably be tomorrow. I think we have Minecraft tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. I'll have to see. I got some things I gotta do in the morning, so I don't know if I'll get it up in the morning. So we'll see. I got a lot of work to do here too, obviously. So I have to catch this up before we can stream it again. I'll freeze the, or I won't freeze. I'll get the crops grown, but I won't harvest them. And then I'll have all this plowed, and then we'll do like a harvest montage on a video or something. Maybe that's what I can do. I'll get a video out of just harvesting, you know, something goofy. But yeah, you guys have a good day, and thank you. And if you are new or you're never been to the channel before, there's a lot of playlists. Some older farming simulator stuff in the playlist. There's plenty of games in the playlist to pique your interest. Yeah, and subscribe if you can. That really helps. Can't really go anywhere if I don't get any subscribers, but that's pretty much all. So you guys have a good one, and